I was talking to a couple of people today about potentially being in a bubble. And I thought, you know what better example to use about a potential bubble than to talk about Novonix as a prime example of what's happening in the markets lately. There's a bit of euphoria going around, so real quickly I just want to cover the fundamentals of this stock. Now, I already did the fundamental research back in September, and we'll cover what's different. So I traded this one, I called it a pump and dump when it gapped up on battery day or just after battery day, shorted it all the way down to $1, did a live stream of me shorting the shit out of a shit company, and it was glorious. So it consolidated for about a month or two or three, going sideways, doing absolutely nothing around the $1 mark. Sitting at around, I think it was about 240 mil market cap at that point. It rallied, actually it's probably a bit more like 270, and it rallied all the way to just under $1 billion market cap today. So let's have a look at what's changed. Here's the latest quarterly. It's sitting at a negative $2.4 million loss for the quarter. And it's sitting at $33 million cash in the bank, down from $38 million from the previous quarter. So dropping about 5 mil for the quarter, and sitting at a market cap of $981 million, despite that kind of financial situation. So I thought, you know what, something fundamentally must have changed. So here's the battery day. Here's the quarterlies that we just looked at, the financials. Okay, LKE, high purity lithium carbonate into Novonix batteries, 26th of the 11th. We zoom in, we can see around the 26th, nothing's really happened. Okay, so something else must have moved Novonix. The US $5.5 million award from the US Department of Energy on the 21st of the 1st, which is this big gap up here. So this was sitting around 500 mil market cap at $2 roughly, give or take a few million, and it rallied all the way and gained another 500 million market cap on the back of around 7 million Aussie dollar gain. So 100% market cap gain, 500 mil market cap increase on the back of $7 million in awards. Now, when I say $980 million market cap, I'm not talking about Thai baht or the Turkish lira. I'm talking about Australian dollars. Right, this is probably worth 980 million Thai baht, maybe a bit less. But in Aussie dollars, this is pretty absurd, since fundamentally nothing has changed from when it was a pump and dump stock. Now, I thought, you know what? This is kind of interesting that it's even rallied this hard. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, listening to this, you're going, Mike, you're just a little upset. You're a little salty that you missed out on a 400% rally in the matter of 1 month time. And don't fuck with me, I know you're not holding the stock either, because the broker report shows how many retailers sold out during this period. So this is the January period. This is about 3 to 4 days of delayed data. And we can see 28 million shares have been sold by Commonwealth retailers, CMC markets 4.8 million, open markets negative 6 million. And we pretty much have every retailer bailing in droves on this stock. And guess who's soaking it up? UBS, Morgan Stanley, IBA, Macquarie Institutions, Merrill Lynch, pretty much all the big name brokers. And what I expect in the next broker report when it comes out is that in this time period here, I suspect the numbers will be reversed. I suspect we'll see massive bail of brokers and a massive increase of retail traders, because that's usually how this kind of works. So I thought, let's have a look at Novonix's history. Maybe someone was calling this out to be a massive pump stock back in September, October, or November. So we have huge washout. Okay, there's not much in terms of positive sentiment here. We've got a dollar party after it dumped. Brilliant. But really, there was no interest in this stock until it broke out, and all of a sudden, we've got some brilliant, absolutely gorgeous understanding of pricing. Novonix 2021 in 2021. Oh, you're creative. Novonix $28.50 a share. Like, wow. Of the 6,100 people that clicked on this link, you're officially brain dead. And same applies to the 10,000 that thinks this is going to $20 in 2021. So I thought, you know what? What's the criteria for people posting on Hot Copper? I kind of, I guess, dumbed it down to really you need one finger You need one able-bodied finger, about 10 brain cells, an IQ in the single digits, and enough strength to left-click on your mouse to post the thread. And really, this is kind of a reflection on what's happening lately on a variety of stocks. I know I'm shitting on NVX here, but this really is applicable to just about any mid-cap stock that's rallying about 100% above its pre-COVID highs. Now, the thing about pre-COVID highs is that we're sitting at roughly 80% on average. Companies on average are getting about 80% of their earnings compared to 2019. So companies are still struggling. They're still down 20% from what they used to earn. And yet our PE ratios are soaring. Now, this is just from Incredible Charts. There was a blog post made, and I thought it was quite fascinating to see whether or not we are heading to bubble territory. And if Novonix isn't a shining beacon of light, an example of the absurdity of market valuations, then at least look at this chart and consider that the bunch of a bunch of mid caps and large caps are pretty much exacerbated in terms of their earnings compared to their share price value, and really is a reflection of what we're seeing across the board. There's not too many stocks, unless you're a travel stock, that are sitting basically below pre-COVID highs, or maybe oil stocks as well because they took a battering. So really what we're seeing is bubble territory, and we're heading towards bubble territory with the price to earnings ratios soaring, despite knowing that our earnings across the board are just getting hammered. Now, does this mean sell everything and run away? Well, no, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. But what I am saying is to be cautious with your stop losses and to maybe consider applying stop losses. If you're someone that doesn't believe in them, maybe just consider using them at least for 2021 and 2022, as we're hitting ridiculous valuations on stocks across the board, with record low interest rates encouraging people to buy stocks, with travel being down the drain so people aren't going on holidays. Instead, they're chucking their 10, 20k into stocks. So that might be worth something considering. Be careful.